we talk about forgiveness, we're talking about the gift that we can give ourselves by forgiving someone else, right? But you
Exactly.
touched on forgiving ourselves. What have you seen in working with the women that you work with through midlife is the most difficult thing for them to forgive about themselves or for themselves?
There's so many different things. I'm thinking about one client that I've been working with for many years. When women continue to recreate situations that probably happened in their childhood where they were wronged, they were not considered intelligent, for example, and they continue to recreate that into their 60s many times, that is very difficult to it's very difficult to move on. So my work with this client is to remind her of her magnificence, no? As of the beauty that she is, the intelligence, and that of everything that she has been able to achieve throughout her life, and that those voices that she keeps repeating in her head are really not the truth of who she is. I
Mm-hmm.
think that the issue of the insecurity and lack of confidence and uh, and feeling that they are imposter syndrome
The
that
imposter syndrome,
happens
yeah.
that happens to the most successful people. And that imposter syndrome, when they get out on stage and when they get out to do whatever they're doing in their professional life, and there's that voice that's telling them, you're not enough, you're not enough. We need to learn to neutralize those voices, because that is not the truth of who we are. And
Mm-hmm.
our life is the proof that
Mm-hmm.
that is not the truth.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to interject on this concept, and I've heard a lot about it over the last couple of years about being good enough. Okay. Even that term, like I am good enough, I think that actually affects a woman's ability to be her best self, because then
Mm-hmm.
she's thinking of being just good enough. So I
Yes.
encourage women to not use that kind of language and say, I am good. And it's not about the ego thing about I am good. It's about I am a good person. I do what I do because I love what I do. It's my life's work and I want to contribute. And therefore, I want to be the best that I can be, not just good enough. How do you feel
No.
about that phrase?
Oh, I absolutely agree with that. I I live my life from a spiritual perspective, and I know without a shadow of a doubt that we are divine beings, that anything that we decide to do, we can do. So the higher the expectations of really expressing the magnificence that we are, the more we're going to create that. If our standard is being good enough, we're never going to reach that magnificence,
Yes,
because it's
I agree. I
we're
agree.
just going to be okay with mediocrity.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. It's mediocrity if it's just good enough. So I think you and I are on the same wavelength.